Oh, hello everybody, welcome to Bleach Chapter 602 live reaction and review. Lethal dose. Askin, my buddy, what are you gonna do? When a living creature intakes a substance in the quantity... Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry, I had a moment of madness. If the quantity exceeds a certain limit, they will die. This is called lethal dose, obviously. Since the lethal dose depends on the race of the creature growth stage, intake conditions and timing, it's impossible to set an exact quantity valid for anyone. Normally, half a lethal dose, half the quantity needed to kill a certain being, is used as standard quantity for reference. How much will lead to death? That quantity is 0.0 mg for the testosterone. Tetrodotoxin? I have no idea. Found in blowfish. 0.1 mg for the acotin found in acontes. 1.7 mg for nicotine. 200 mg for caffeine. 12,000 mg for vitamin C. Oh my god. Oh, got it that way. My letter is D. The name of my power is death dealing. Oh, so he can deal. Oh, right. I thought death dealing, like, you know, he can make a deal with death. Like he was gonna bring Gerard and all back, but no, he actually deals death. So he's basically drugging them. It can calculate the perfect lethal dose of any substance that would 100% kill a being, and I can control and modify that quantity freely. What are you saying? It's hard to get it was for me to in the beginning. But that's okay. You don't have to understand, since in a way, you're about to die! No, if he is gonna die, a lot of people will have a gripe, but you've got to admit that was awesome. Bane licking good. Oh wait, no, he's standing up. No, he ain't dying. He ain't dying. I'm now lowering the lethal dose of the blood inside your body. The blood that moves your body will lead you to death the more it fills you up. Oh god. It's painful, right? You can't do anything about it. It must feel deadly. I understand. Oh god. If he finds a way to counteract this, I'm gonna go crazy. Stop telling people your powers! You're worse than Shinji. Ew, what are you doing? It's the same for me. Is it about time? Is he dead? You probably underestimated me from the way I look and speak. I probably look like just an underling to you, but I don't really care. Well, in the past I used to care more, but recently I convinced myself that it's actually one of my good points. Oh, here's a spirit weapon. I'm thinking, do you think it's gloomy? That's one of my lethal points. Thanks for explaining. Oh, if you get up. Oh? What happened? You vanished. Oh, Askin. Oh, he's right behind you. Oh, for God's sake. Lowering the lethal dose of blood means that basically if my body is filled with lots of blood, I die, right? In that case, I can just lower the quantity and the... How are you doing that? How can you lower the... You're going to cut yourself, aren't you? That's kind of overdoing it, but it's not that simple. Someone like you is probably around 60 kgs. You got good eyes, like a doctor. I'm 62 kgs. The approximate value of blood per kg is about 65.7 milliliters. For 62 kgs, it'd be about 4,073 milliliters, a little over 4 liters. If you lose half of that 2 liters, you'll die for blood loss, and your current lethal dose of blood is about 1.6 liters. In other words, if you don't lose enough blood to die, you'll be killed by it. How can you be standing now? Shortly you'll probably become unable to understand if you're even staying or lying down. I see, that's annoying. What should I do? So he can't cut himself then? Is that what you're basically saying? Because I thought that would have been a good counter. Chenjiro! Chenjiro, oh god, what's going on? Oh, Korinji. Didn't you see from the shadows? Tenjiro's hot spring squeezes out the blood. And race. Oh, fuck, I forgot about the bloody hot spring. But that's his white hot spring. This red one replaces lost blood with completely new blood. For God's sake! Now that I'm reborn, I'm cooler than before. Oh, you are. Compared to you, you probably underestimated me. I thought I'd won. I was the one underestimating you. This is lethal dose. Okay, now. Is it what? Askin's... What? What is this bullshit? Oh. It's finally your turn, Juha. Come at me, bitch. Oh, I didn't say that, but still, hold on. Okay, then. Basically, we learn about Askin's powers for what good that did. Basically, Askin is basically a drug dealer, in all sense. He deals certain amount of dosages to entity with large quantities, and his power adapts according to the creature, be it like, you know, fish, etc., etc. His power can deal the exact amount of quantity in order to kill a person, but things start to get a little fishy along the way. They start talking about like, you know, the blood and like Sanpokto boys blood levels, and then yeah, they're just saying, oh, if you move, you'll like die and stuff like that. If you don't lose enough blood, you'll die, or if you keep your blood, you'll die. So essentially, Askin was basically saying, if I'm reading this right, that it doesn't matter if you cut yourself or not, you'll die regardless. But if you cut yourself, you're basically prolonging it, because it will always deal the right amount to eventually kill you. So that his power is awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But then Ojima, I think Sanpokto boy, disappeared from sight. Went to cut Askin. Askin dodged. Well, or yeah, and then the blood shot out from him. And then Askin's just like, "Oh, you're underestimating me and such." And then yeah, the blood talk, which was like a little bit sickening for me. And then Askin explaining his powers to the letter. To the letter, Korinji was listening in through the shadows, dropped the hot spring, or a portion of the hot spring, onto Sanpokto boy, gave him new blood, and then he was basically safe from Askin's power. So essentially, Askin lost the jump on him. And now Askin is dead. I honestly don't know how I feel about it. I'm actually pretty disappointed. I mean, okay. Right, how should I put this? Right. We can basically confirm that all the Avengers are now dead. They're dead and gone. And the only SternRitters that are left now are the ones that were considered to be the weakest compared to Askin, Gerard, Conversori, and Hawkeye, for nickname's sake. So basically, the only ones that are alive that I can recall down below are Basby, Lil Toto, Manis, but I still think that no, McCann. Let me just say I can't pronounce her name for the life of me. But I still hold strong that little Toto ate her. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that McCann is alive. Candice, Nana, and the Commissioner, and BG9. We still don't know if he's confirmed dead. And Shaz Dons, whatever you say his name. The guy that was Waco Mundo, and then we just never saw him again, so we don't know if he's dead or not. But yeah, we basically got 8 SternRitters left. Oh wait, actually, no, we've still got N. Right, we've got 8 SternRitters left, but I suppose Shaz or the Commissioner will take the letter of N. But let's just say it's an entirely new person. We've got 8 SternRitters left now, excluding obviously Uryu and Hoshwald, and in my opinion, these ones aren't up to snuff. I mean, the Commissioner, we don't know his name, but still. This chapter, right, basically my point being is that with Askin, we know his powers, we know what he can do. Okay, brilliant, that man. Right, we know enough. Stop saying stuff. And then he said stuff. And when Neanzol was first introduced, his power seemed overpowered. I mean, yeah, I was like, okay, so make up for Pepe, my son. But no, he just, dies in an instant, which, of course, he was versing. Technically, he wasn't even really versing Chitara. Oh my god. No, he wasn't, technically. But still, that aside, we have all these guys with these cool powers, to an extent, when we don't even know what Miracle did. Jesus. Right, we all these SternRitters that being with characters that are hyped up and then just being shot down in an instant. I mean, Askin, granted, he wasn't hyped up, but still, learning about him and what he could do, I was like, yes, he could hold his own against Sunpak Toe dude. I mean, yeah, he can. Okay, let's see how this goes on. I mean, I'm interested. I mean, got good information on him. Okay, let's keep going, son. But then he just kept talking and talking. This is the problem with Bleach, and it's my main gripe. I'm sure other series does this, but this is just my my gripe, where they say the power, and then the person on the other side is like, oh, okay, okay, I can do this, and then the hot spring was dropped on him, and back when Shinji and Komamura versus Bambietta, Shinji just told Bambietta what he could do, and then Bambietta just fired off bombs at random paces, hit Shinji in the process. So yeah, honestly, I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, yes, they are versing these strong guys. I can agree with you. However, you cannot say that Askin didn't have Ojimaru, if I'm saying his name right, on the ropes. Because from the way he was looking before the explanation, he was at death's door. Sure, saying my power deals quantities to such and such, that was enough information. That was fine. I mean, there's nothing that Ojimaru, Sunpak Toe Boy, could have gone on. I mean, he can't control the dosages. That's something that's impossible for him to do. However, if it's something to do with blood, obviously, the hot spring could have just, changed his blood, and then that's just over. And then, refreshed, Askin's already weak, and then just kill him. So, yeah. But this chapter was basically an Askin troll. Well, not really. This chapter was basically hyping up Squad Zero more. Well, mainly Sunpak Toe Boy more. And while it did work, again, I'm peeved. I mean, Askin was done dirty. I am not gonna lie. To be perfectly honest, I'm gonna give this chapter a 6.5 out of 10. No, actually 6. I mean, I've always had this problem with with them telling them what we can do, our powers, but this was just was over the top. It really was. I mean, I forgot about the hot spring, but then hearing it come back, I was like, oh god. So yeah, it was an interesting chapter at the beginning, but when it got down to Askin saying everything else, it just dwindled down. So yeah, 6 out of 10. I suppose like the main fight is between Juha, Hoshwald, Uryu, and Squad Zero. I mean, I suppose that can make up for the travesty that was Pepe upwards. So yeah, I'll see you all next week, people. Good day.